why did I get into it? I think I'm just one of those people that was kind of born to be naked on camera. I don't know. I really love it. Money.
I was a slut hobbyist, and I really thought I should go slut professional because I wanted a new way to express myself that I could also make money to get me through school.
Because it's fun to have sex, so why not in front of camera?
I wish I had like a better answer for that, but I was just like slutty.
The scene starts and right away it's just push, push, slap, slap, split, spit, slut, whore. It was just this bomb of just physical abuse.
Within 3 months of being in the adult film industry, I got my first STD.
In a heart-wrenching turn of events, the adult film industry mourns the loss of one of its brightest stars, Sophia Leone.
I send a very strong message to young girls. Don't do porn.
This is August Ames. In 2014, her first year working in the adult industry, she was nominated for Best Newcomer of the Year award. By her 4th year, she had gained over 400 million views on Pornhub and was on track to becoming one of the biggest porn stars in the world, but everything changed when she posted one single tweet. On December 3rd, 2017, August announced her withdrawal from sexual activities with men who do gay porn for health concerns.
I think that she should be able to decide and say, like, yes, you know, this is something I want to partake in, or no, I don't.
It's safe to say the community did not take it well. Fellow porn stars who once loved her accused August of discrimination and homophobia, including Jackson Wheeler, a pansexual male who demanded August apologize for her tweet or drink a cyanide pill. 2 days after this incident, August was found dead in a park in California.
Porn star August Ames was found dead. She committed suicide, apparently.
Her death is ruled as suicide by suffocation by medical examiners. But I decided to dig further, and that's when I found out that August Ames was just one of many strange deaths happening in the industry today. And here are my top 4. Olivia Nova. Before entering the porn industry, Nova was a child model. She booked her first job at the age of 12 and had a real career ahead of her.
I started modeling mainstream when I was probably about, like 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When she was 19, she had 2 major life choices: do porn or get a real job. She didn't know it yet, but for the next 365 days, this simple decision would decide if she lives or dies. By April, only a month into this business, she lost the closest person in her life, her boyfriend Nolan, to substance abuse, and posted, "Rest in peace, love." It seems like we were cuddling in bed all day with the puppy eating pizza and watching movies yesterday. I'm not ready to say goodbye to you yet. It was a sad day for Olivia indeed, but the saddest day was yet to come. After the death of her boyfriend, she started making plans to leave the industry.
I plan on graduating school in 10 years. I have this huge project. It's like a nonprofit that I want to be a part of.
As she acted in more scenes, she became more and more depressed. She told her friend, "I want to stop and change my life. I have a family that loves me." Even her doctors warned her to quit, but she couldn't just leave her only source of income. And by October, exactly 1 month after this interview, she would be diagnosed with urinary tract infection.
The danger of UTIs, doctors say the key to preventing severe complications is obviously early treatment.
Her urinary tract infection had spread from her bladder to kidney, which led to a severe and painful death.
20-year-old up-and-coming porn star Olivia Nova was found dead.
Ultimately, a GoFundMe was created by her family, which raised over $10,000 to cover her funeral and transportation costs back to her home in Minnesota. If there is a heaven, I hope you're smiling and all the pain is gone. Sleep easy, my friend. My love, respect always. You will never be forgotten. If there is anything worse than Olivia's death, it would be the bukkake scene.
Texas bukkake?
Yeah.
What is that? Could you elaborate? Just so the audience knows what the bukkake is.
It's just like when everyone comes on your face at the end.
At one time? Or do they go back to back? Like one person's up, next person is...
Yeah, like everyone just like takes their turn.
Okay, and
yeah.
you have to just sit there?
Mm-hmm.
The bukkake, originally invented in the 80s in Japan, was a form of punishment for unfaithful wives, and it involved men ejaculating on the face of a woman for pleasure. Fast forward to today, and the porn industry adopted this form of sexual intercourse for viewers' pleasure. Typically, this scene is done by 1 to 7 boys on average, but in the case of this 23-year-old Jav actress, it was shot by 30 men. It came as quite a shock when she collapsed, the crew told journalists, because she was gaggling the cum for so long inside her mouth.
She was like gargling the cum for so long because they want it in her mouth that the director is like, oh, well, we think she was gargling it for so long, and then she started to choke and we thought it was a part of the show.
One of the male actors, who was also a medical professional, tried to scope out the excess cum in her mouth, but it was too late.
Maybe if they all could have came on time, it never would have happened, you know?
The load was just too much for her to handle.
This is somebody who is having to endure for hours on end. It's extremely painful for them, and oftentimes they get lured in with an exorbitant amount of money that they're being offered to go be on set, and they really don't understand what then is going to be needed.
Taylor Summers was an upcoming porn star who wanted to make some extra money with her body. She would travel from city to city acting independently with studios without protection or escort. At first, it worked out great. She would sometimes make upwards of $1,000 in a single day working directly with these porn studios. Typically, porn actors or actresses work under agencies. These agencies go out there to find lucrative opportunities for their talents and keep a certain percentage of their payment in exchange for management. Taylor did not want that. She wanted to cut the middleman and keep every penny, which was actually going well for her, until she met Frederick. Taylor had worked with Fred before and knew he was a strange guy, but she needed the $900 paycheck for college. Yes, she was a student, so she traveled from her home in Ontario to Frederick's studio in Pennsylvania. On her way to the studio, February 29th, 2004, she told her roommate through a voice call that Frederick and his assistant Jennifer were weirdos and that she feared for her safety, but her roommate insisted she get paid and get out. That call was the last time anybody ever heard from Taylor. Frederick may not have had any criminal record before this incident, but he had a history of aggressive behavior towards women. Just 1 month before this incident, a woman reported that Frederick had refused to pay her for a photo shoot and proceeded to, I quote, handcuff me to a heater and placed a ball gag in my mouth. It was after she started crying that Frederick removed the handcuff. Legally, it was not a crime to subject a woman to pain for personal pleasure since she consented, but it just shows what he's capable of. Fast forward 2 months later, and passers-by noticed a strange, decaying, naked body wrapped in a blanket while walking along the road. The body was found with 7 stabs, 4 to the neck and 3 to the chest, and was later confirmed to be 23-year-old Taylor Summers. So what happened? To answer that question, we'll need to go back to when she met Frederick. Taylor just told her roommate that she was scared of Frederick and his assistant Jennifer, but decided to meet them either way since she needed the money. That's when they drove her to a studio house where they took nude and sexually oriented photos of her body. After the photo shoot, Frederick refused to pay her. It was a scam job, but Taylor would not let it go. As a result of the heated argument, Frederick stabbed her 7 times and used his assistant to dispose of the body and cover the whole thing up from the police. After weeks of investigation and interrogation, Frederick was arrested and sentenced to 25 to 50 years in prison for the 3rd-degree murder of Taylor Summers. His assistant, on the other hand, was arrested on bail for $100,000. You would think with an industry like porn, only women were persecuted. Well, you're wrong.
On the porn set, I was bound, gagged, and raped. I was in a rape scene. And after that scene, I went home and I tried to kill myself.
On July 4th, 2022, Jason Pacheco, a 33-year-old gay star, took to Instagram with a GoFundMe reading, "I hate to ask for any help, but I am going through some medical issues. My kidneys were failing amongst a couple other issues, but I am doing better. I have been in the hospital for 5 days now. To all my fans, I will start posting much more after I recover from this. Anything helps." 4 days after this post, he was pronounced dead in Springfield. Technically, Jason was not really gay. He was gay for porn, meaning he only slept with men for money under the Sean Cody Studios. In his career, he acted in over 50 scenes and even won the Gay Porn Award of 2017. But behind this success was a man suffering from extreme drug addiction. By the time he finally decided to visit the hospital for treatment, only 21% of his kidneys were functioning. I want you to answer this question. If porn stars enjoy sex, why do 58% of them end up as drug addicts?